and good morning. So today I'm going to be doing a fruit tree tour of my backyard orchard. Everything's in containers and I pretty much have everything that I'm going to be getting for this year. So I want to go ahead and show off what we got, their progress. Some things are looking a little sad, such as Fiest. Hello, yes. She always wants attention. You looking sad. She always wants attention when I start recording videos. And then we have classic Freya over here playing with the Christmas tree. So every so often we'll just grab the ornaments and put them back on the tree. But yes, I know you want attention, baby. You want attention. But we gotta show people the fruit trees. We gotta show them. He's so cute. This is my baby. Ever since she was a kitten, she would climb up on my chest and lay on my chest, and she still does that. She's my little needy baby. She goes to bed with me every day, pretty much, practically. So she chose me, didn't you, Feist? You chose me. I love you. Alright, so here is the view from the inside. I just open up the drapes to let the light in for today. And also, I got a pink lady apple tree. So my last one died, so this is going to be the replacement. I haven't added it into a container or put it outside yet. So, you know, this is something that just came in, but I don't feel like planting it. But it'll definitely count towards the total today. So we got that pink lady tree. I'll probably prune it real low, and then add it to the garden later. So where do you guys think you're going? Huh? Yeah. Alright, let's get started. Hello. Hello. I have my blueberry bushes pushed against this wall. Starting with my first fruit tree, I have a super Haas avocado as well as a Haas right next to it. And these will produce from April to October. And I love avocado. I used to eat it like every day back when it used to be cheaper. So, you know, hopefully with growing my own, I'll be able to enjoy so many one day when this tree finally produces. And I'm also going to be, I mentioned this later on, but I'm looking for the Oro Negro avocado tree or the day avocado to add to my collection. And especially the Oro Negro, that'll extend my avocado harvest throughout the rest of the year. And then right next to that, I have my Clementine Mandarin. And so the mandarin trees, I find mandarins just so cute and easy to eat. They're easy to peel. The Clementine Mandarin will produce from November to February in the year. Next to that is my mandarin, the Owari Satsuma, and this will produce from December to January. So I love these mandarins because they're helping me extend my harvest time through the fall and into the winter, which is where I'm really lacking production right now. And then I have my Washington Navel Orange, and you know, I don't eat a lot of orange, so I tried to be quite selective, and so this one's really easy to peel, and it'll produce in December to March. And then right next to it, I have a Valencia orange. And so I chose this one because it's good for juicing, as I've mentioned in all of my previous tours. And this one produces from March to June, so early in the year, getting into the springtime, we'll have the Valencia oranges. And I really wanted to get a good variety, so I also decided to get a blood orange. And so here is the Terracotta blood orange, and this will produce from March to May, so going from spring and into summer. And so those are all of my orange trees thus far, and continued into citrus. This one is new. I got it this year. It is a Persian lime tree, and I actually got this one because I actually bought it for my neighbors, and I just bought myself one as well. This will produce from July to September. And then the Meyer lemon, it says year-round online, so I guess it's a year-round lemon. This is my, let's see, I believe this is the key lime. Yes, this is the key lime, and this will produce from June to September. So they kind of have the same harvest window. I was watching an epic gardening video, and they really like the Persian lime, and I already owned the key, so I just thought I would add it to my collection. Now this one is new. This is one of my fruit trees that came in bare root, so when I scratch the surface, you'll see that it's still alive. There's some green in there, and basically this Stella cherry tree is dormant, so it'll start to branch out later on. And then moving on to my mango trees, here we go. So I went really crazy with mangoes this year. So I have so many, 7 to be exact. Here's a lemon zest, and the coconut cream was right next to it. The lemon zest will produce from July to August. You can see I hard pruned it at the top, so big snip up there. The coconut cream will produce from June to July. And then a sweet tart. So these are all brand new. I hard pruned the top to encourage lower branching. The sweet tart will also produce from June to July. Now this one I've had for a little bit is the Valencia Pride. This one I've heard is extremely vigorous, not exactly good for containers, but I'm gonna try. And it's branching out from where I trimmed it. So yeah, success right there, and that'll produce from July to August. And then the Glen, as you can see on the tag, May to June. And so in my research, I learned that the Glen is a great producer. It's a nice classic menu, or nice, I'm thinking about food, nice classic mango. And then this one is not labeled. This is my Carabao mango, or the Philippines mango. And this one I bought on Etsy, so I'm hoping it is what it says it is. I also got the lemon zest off of Etsy. So those are the only 2 fruit trees that I've bought from that website, just because I'm a little bit cautious. I don't want to be buying a tree that's not what it says it is, and I find out years later. So here is the Alfonso mango, and this will produce from April to June, so that is a early producer. And it's just looking beautiful. And then last but not least is the Nam Doc Mai. And this one's growing a little bit wonky. I'm not really sure what to do. You know, the pruning that I did, I feel like didn't balance out the tree that much. So I'll be, after the winter time, I'll be trying to prune all my trees and look for more shape. So getting to the plums, I have 2 plums, the Methley and the Santa Rosa, and they'll produce around July for the both of them. And these are looking so lovely and so vigorous. Then I feel like with the plums, I googled which ones were the best tasting ones, and they were like the top results. So I was like, okay, I'll get the Methley and the Santa Rosa for that. I'm not really big on plums, so I just wanted to get 2 just to increase variety. But my big thing about plums is their skin. It's really tart for me, but I do like the inside. Here I have a bunch of blueberries. I just kind of went crazy with blueberries, my husband and I. love eating them, so I'm like, the more the merrier. And so just different varieties like Jewel, we got Misty, Powder Blue, Tiff Blue, Emerald, and the Brightwell as well. The Brightwell did kind of die back, but it's still alive. There's green on it, so it's fine. I have a hunch that since I didn't measure my soil acidifier, maybe I burned it or something. And then the Emerald, I bought that one small, so it's nice and cute, and it's looking really great. Unlike this hazelnut here, the American hazelnut filbert. And, you know, we've had just really weird weather. It's been really warm, and we just got a cold front again, finally. And so I know some trees will be going into dormancy as it gets cold. So here's my Fuji tree, and it's doing really well after I pruned it at the top, so I can't wait to shape that later. And then in the back is a Anna apple I got from my local nursery, and it was only $40 for this big tree. It's a little too big, but oh well. I do regret getting some trees as such a height, because it really is better to get things as a small size, like this Honeycrisp apple right here. And you get them small and you train them as they grow up. This one needs more guidance. I will be guiding that tree later with more pruning. And then getting into my cherries, here we have the Coral Champagne cherry tree. Oh, and this one will produce from June to August. I forgot to mention the apples. Anna will produce June to July, Fuji in October, Honeycrisp in September, and the Pink Lady November to December. I have my Skeena cherry here. It's looking like it needs some help, and that one will produce in August. The one before that, Coral Champagne, June to August, and I had a Lapins cherry tree. I'm getting a new one, and that'll be May to June. Here's one of my older fruit trees, the Tropic Snow White Peach. I love white peaches, so this was one of the first varieties where I'm like, I'm gonna get 4 kinds of this for sure. The Tropic Snow will produce May to June, and I pruned off quite a bit of it. It got really, really tall, and I'm like, I really need to do something, start training it. So I gave it a big chop. And then here is a Barbados cherry tree, or cherry bush. And it's not actually a cherry either. So I found out it's not a true cherry. And the Barbados will produce from March to August. And this is just growing so well. It's gotten so big. I'm really proud of you, little cherry tree. Well, not cherry. And then I have a Babcock peach that I got from Fast Growing Trees that I'll be trying. So this is another white peach. It'll produce in July. And yeah, I mean, it's doing its thing. Not everything can look gorgeous all the time. Like, look at these nectarines. And so I have a Blushing Star Peach will produce in August, and a Indian Free Peach will produce in July. So those will be all of them. And then moving on to the nectarines, the Arctic Star will produce in June. And yeah, I mean, my nectarines are looking a little sad, but you know, I'm just wondering if they're just trying to go dormant, and then the weather is just not staying cold enough, and then it was rainy, and you know, the weather's just been such a mess. It doesn't know what it wants to do. The Snow Queen nectarine will produce from July to August, and I feel like between like changing my watering to and overwatering, I'm trying to adjust as the weather gets colder. The Flavor Top nectarine will produce in August. As it's getting a little bit cooler, I'm trying to reduce my watering, and so I'm like, am I overwatering them? Am I underwatering? So it's just a weird transitional time for me in my garden. But look at how much it's grown. I have so many plants here now. It's just looking so lush and full. And of course, I have to show you my little catio here. It looks like we have everybody chilling. We got Cloud front and center, Fenry and Calcifer chilling at the top. and little Freya who's growing up at the bottom. And then there's Fiest on the other side of the little door. And I love seeing them enjoy their little catio. The weather's getting a little warmer again, so I guess they're just enjoying the sun. My little babies. Including everything that I pre-ordered for next year, I have 48 fruit trees growing in containers right now. The weather is finally cooling down. We'll see how long that lasts, which is kind of why I didn't want to plant my pink lady tree yet, because it was really cold outside, but it's starting to warm up again, so I think I'll be able to do that soon. But that's pretty much my collection as it's going to be for the end of this year, unless I happen to find either a day avocado, and I'm also looking for a oro negro, which means black gold, a black gold avocado. Those are the two that I'm going to be looking for that I haven't purchased or been able to find yet. Or if I did find, I found the day avocado, it wasn't what I wanted to bring home. It wasn't in the best state. And so I have my little Excel list. So I actually bought 2 more apriums that added to the list as well. And so I'm getting the Cotton Candy aprium, the Summer Delight are the 2 that I just ordered, but I also have a Flavor Delight that I had already bought for next year, and that was through Rain Tree. Through Rain Tree, I'm getting a bunch of stuff next year. I'm really excited. It's the first time I'm going to be using this company, so I'm excited to report on the quality and experience of ordering bare root trees from this company. And let's see what else. We're getting another Lapins cherry. It's going to be, if I don't have that already, it's going to be replacing one that died. So I have had to replace 2 fruit trees. One was my Pink Lady apple tree, and the other one was my Lapins cherry, which just kind of died. And that'll be coming through Rain Tree as a replacement for that tree. I'm also going to be getting a bunch of other cool hybrids. So we're going to get a Nectar Plum Spiced Tea, a Pluery Candy Heart, a Flavor Punch, a Sugar Twist, and a Sweet Treat Pluery. And I really want to try my hand at grafting next year, so we'll see how that goes, but I want to take cuttings from each tree and apply all the varieties to one tree, so we'll see how that goes whenever I'm ready to do that. I'm also already getting a grafted 4-in-1 combo just because I am getting a lot of fruit trees and I'm running out of space, and so I decided to do a Pluot combo, and it's gonna have the Flavor King, Flavor Queen, Flavor Supreme, and the Dapple Dandy grafted onto that tree to kind of save space. So here is my Excel sheet of all of my fruit trees, and so I have everything in alphabetical order so I can organize, and I have different information such as when I'm expected to get fruit from each fruit tree, the size that it's supposed to come, the expected fruit window, so if it's going to take 1 year or 2 to 5 years, when I've received it. So basically this is probably either when I bought it, or if I pre-ordered it, it's when I actually got it. So everything that has this green box here is what I'm getting next year. There's no receival date yet for them. And then as well as the source, so whether I got it from Turner's, which is my local nursery, Stark Brothers, online, Rain Tree, Fast Growing Trees, Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. I have the cold tolerance for each fruit tree, so if I need to bring something inside, I'll know, as well as the required chill hours for the fruit tree according to the internet, and then whether it's self-fertile or not, and it's just a simple no or yes. And also the price of the tree is here. Let me just fix the formatting. So here's how much I've paid for each fruit tree. So I paid For my Pink Lady, I got a $140 Pink Lady apple tree. I don't know if that's the price from Fast Growing Trees, because Stark Brothers is a lot cheaper. I think I haven't updated that. Because usually stuff that I get from Stark Brothers, it's anywhere from like $40 to $70. They're really, really affordable to get like a simple bare root tree. And then I also have the full size. So like, how big is this tree supposed to get if it's like left to its own devices? And so let's do a little sum total. So over the years, since I've collected fruit trees, I have spent this much money. Let's just go ahead and close that formula. And so it comes out to $3,487 just for the fruit trees. And you know, obviously this is like over time, so that is my value of my trees. And then down here I have like berries and notes, and I even have just like general notes for the trees. So like, for example, I'll know that this fruit tree, right, is pollinized by the Santa Rosa plum. So the cherry plum, the Nadia cherry plum, will be pollinized by something I own. Or like, for example, this one, right? I want to prune my Haas avocado right after I harvest it. Would be the best time. So I have like general notes. Also, I have how it bears. So for apple trees, some of them are tip bearing. So, you know, if I feel like that's a relevant thing to place, I will. And then the most interesting graph is my year harvest time log. And look at how beautiful. I edited and I added a bunch of colors, and basically this is the months at the top, January to December, right there, and what I'm expecting to get each month. So this is what I found online, because in my original Excel sheet, it's expected like when it produces, and then I have a little table here for when I actually harvest. So if this is gonna differ, I will update, you know, my year-long harvest time log in the future. For example, my Owari Satsuma tree, it's supposed to, you're supposed to be able to pick it from November to February. The fruit that I had was ready at the end of November, so my actual harvest window was in November. But we'll see over the years, you know, how that produces, especially as it starts to get more fruit on the tree. So yeah, and then everything's color coded. So we got oranges in this color, avocados in green. It's not a tree, but I went ahead and just updated my blueberry bushes in here as well. And then as you can see, the new apiums that I just bought have been added to this Excel as well. And so like I said, everything is producing pretty much in June and July. And I really need things to fill out from like October, possibly even till May, but mostly like, yeah, that's 48 fruit trees, and several that are pre-ordered for next year. And so that's what I'm ending my year on. I can't imagine I'm gonna be getting much else. My husband and I did a lot of fruit tasting this past year to see what else I might want to grow. And so there were a lot of fails. We tried, I mean, guava's not a fruit tree, I don't think. I think it's more of like a vining bush. And we tried that. We did not like, well, I didn't mind the guava. He didn't like the guava. And I was like, well, it's not amazing, so it could go either way. So we said no to guava. We also tried several persimmon varieties, Fuyu, Hachia, and I think there was like one more that we tried, and I didn't like the persimmon, and I was so hopeful because I really want things to produce towards the end of the year to the beginning of the year, because that's when I have the least amount of fruit trees in production. June and July will be our best months when the fruit trees start producing. We have so many things that will be producing around that time. So that will be like peak fruit time. And so I really needed to, you know, try to find things to extend into that winter season, and we just didn't like a lot of the options available. Pomegranate, it's just so messy. I don't eat pomegranate regularly. I really would have loved to do grapefruit. That would have been a great winter fruit, but the problem with grapefruit is it actually adversely interacts with medications, and so I don't want to take grapefruit and have it particularly like interfere with my medicine, or, you know, my husband, if he's on a medication. So that's all I'll divulge. We chose not to eat grapefruit or grow grapefruit because of the interference with medication, in a nutshell. And so, yeah, I mean, if you have any suggestions for winter fruit that I haven't tried yet, definitely let me know. But thanks for giving me company and joining me today. Let me know what you're growing, or maybe like what you want to get and what you want to grow in the future. And yeah, I'll see you later. Have a good rest of your day, and don't forget, go plant a tree.